What's up, everyone? It's me, your boy Ryan Flowers, aka Clutch Sports Talk, in the house, back with another quick video, man. Hey, conference championship games are set. We got some really good ones locked in for this upcoming Sunday. We got the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Philadelphia Eagles in one matchup in the afternoon, and then later on that day, actually, the Cincinnati Bengals are traveling to Kansas City to take on Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. But let's start with the first matchup of the day. It's going to be the Niners, Brock Purdy getting his second win in the playoffs against my Dallas Cowboys, unfortunately. But trust me, I'll have a video about the Cowboys because there's a lot to break down there. But nonetheless, we're going to talk about the two teams that are going to be representing the NFC going into the Super Bowl. So listen, Eagles are at home. Really, really, impressive win against a Giants football team that, let's just be honest, they're not that talented. They literally were willed there by their coach. Brian Daboll did everything that he can do to even get them into the playoffs, win their wild card game against the Minnesota Vikings, which we all thought that was going to happen anyway. But they ran into a better team, a better roster overall in the Philadelphia Eagles. Jalen Hurts didn't have to do too much. I think he only threw like 24 passes, if I'm not mistaken. But they did most of their damage on the ground. And it was just enough, or actually not just enough, it was more than enough to take care of the Giants at home, setting up this matchup for us on Sunday with the Niners coming into town. Brock Purdy still doing his thing. He's undefeated still, has not lost a game as a starter. A lot of it because this is a good team. They're a good team. They're not asking him to do a lot. He doesn't have to carry the whole weight of his team's success on his back. He just literally needs to play within the system that Kyle Shanahan has set up for them, right? So let's talk about a little preview about what to expect. Obviously, both of these teams fully loaded roster talent-wise. I mean, Eagles, quarterback, solid, great. Running back, solid, great. Offensive line, good, great. Defensive lines, good, great. I mean, the Eagles from top to bottom, who would have thought they got bounced out last year in the wild card round to Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and now they're in the NFC Conference Championship game. That's management, that's leadership. And then even Nick Sirianni, you looked at him, his first press conference as the head coach last year, you're like, this team's not going to even do anything. But hey, you got to give credit where credit's due. Even as a Cowboys fan, as much as it pains me to say this is a good team. This is a good roster, man. And you have to pay close attention to that, right? And you look at the Niners. I mean, Brock Purdy, he's a rookie quarterback, but he's playing within a system, which I can respect that. You still got CMC back there. You got the kid Elijah Mitchell, who's running the ball. Debo, even though he was kind of silenced a little bit against the Cowboys, they really game plan for him. But credit, Dallas Cowboys matched up well with the Niners from a defensive standpoint. And I think the Eagles do too as well, right? Maybe they don't have the team speed as the Cowboys, but definitely the physicality is there to be seen, right? Offensive line for the Niners, really good too, led by Trent Williams and Mike McGlinchey. Those guys are rock solid. Two of the best linemen, arguably, in their respective positions. You got George Kittle, second, if not the best tight end in all of the game. So it's going to come down to who can make bigger plays, offensively and defensively. You saw last night, the Niners, they got those two interceptions that were key, only led to 6 points, but that second interception definitely changed the trajectory of that game because Dallas was driving, right? And those are the keys. Same thing for the Eagles. The Eagles have big playability as well. That secondary, I think, will have a feast or a potential feast against Brock Purdy, who you saw sometimes, or even in his last couple starts, he'll roll around, he'll try to make something, turn something out of nothing. And this late in the game, in this playoff stage, sometimes those mistakes or those decisions can lead to a big mistake, which can cost you a game. And in this case, the NFC Conference Championship crown. So with all that said, I like both teams. I like their rosters, but at the end of the day, I think the Eagles are just going to be a little bit better at home. And I don't want to say this, but I have to because I'm going to keep it real with you guys. The Eagles are the better team overall, I think, in the end, and they're going to get the job done. I mean, and it's no slight to the Niners, and I'm not even trying to talk trash because they beat the Cowboys, but Brock Purdy is Brock Purdy. It's a reason why he was Mr. Irrelevant. Jalen Hurts is a second-round pick, right, with first-round talent. The guy was a Heisman finalist, for Christ's sake, okay? I mean, that's got to count for something. And as much as everyone is falling in love with Brock Purdy, that Cinderella shoe is going to drop at some point. And I think it's going to happen this Sunday. So I got the Eagles to win and move on to the Super Bowl to take on who, right? That's the next matchup we're going to talk about. Cincinnati Bengals, after just shellacking the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills were not prepared for that game whatsoever. You got Damar Hamlin in the house, and that's what you come up with, 10 points. Okay, right? But listen, Joe Burrow is the guy. He's the guy, right? And I don't care where you play. This guy is a gamer. He, to me, is probably the best quarterback in the National Football League right now. And that's not just a hot take. He's proving it every week, man. Every week. Now, I was a little bit down on them earlier in the year when they had lost Jamar Chase. Joe Mixon had missed some games. He still kept that team afloat. And look where they're at now. Now, they're taking on the Kansas City Chiefs, who are a little bit vulnerable right now. Patrick Mahomes, you saw the injury. Everyone saw it if you watched the game or social media. You got that high ankle sprain. What's going to happen with him now? Now, I know he's going to give it all he's got. And if he can be 75, 80% of what he is, the Chiefs have a chance. Now, the good thing for them, they're at home, right? But the bad thing is that they're like 0-3 against the Bengals in their last matchups, which is not good at all. And Joe Burrow is as cool as the other side of the pillow on a summer night. I'm telling you right now, when you're trying to go to sleep. And this guy will play you anywhere. And the Bengals, they have the type of game that travels very well. They run the football. You saw that yesterday with the Bills game. Joe Mixon, I think, had like 94 rushing yards, right? They're very balanced. The quick passing game worked beautifully in that snow. He's like, you know what? I'm just going to give the ball to my playmakers, and I'm going to let them get some yards after catch. Okay? He put them away. And that's what true Hall of Fame type quarterbacks do. They put teams away. Buffalo Bills, they're not complete trash. They got some deficiencies, of course, and it showed out. In which it kind of played out throughout the year, but it really came to the forefront yesterday as we were watching. But the Bengals are a team of destiny. I think they're going to get back and they're going to win. I'm jumping the gun. I'm not trying to give my Super Bowl predictions, but I think they're going to win this game. I think Kansas City is going to have to overcome a little bit too much. The Mahomes injury, their defense really got kind of sliced up against Trevor Lawrence. The Jags, they came back. They were in that game late and had the possibility of winning that game on the road, right? So, their defense, every year we talk about the Kansas City Chiefs defense and the fact that they're a bend, don't type of break defense. They have a great pass rush, which may pose a little threat to the Bengals because they're still missing some key pieces on their O-line and will remain so. But that Bengals offensive line did a really good job against the Bills. Granted, the Bills don't have a great pass rush. So that might be tested, but it doesn't matter because Joe Burrow, you saw what he did last year in that divisional game against the Titans. The brother got sacked like 900 times, and they still pulled that game off. So it doesn't matter to him. He's ready to play. So with that said, I kind of ready to spit it out already. I like the Bengals to win that game, and it's going to be a Bengals and Eagles Super Bowl. Now, I won't give out. Obviously, this has to happen. It has to come to fruition, but we'll talk about that on the next video. So that's all I got. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure if you haven't subscribed to the channel, do so now. Until next time, this is Clutch Sports Talk with me, Ryan Flowers. Never settle till the work is done. Peace out.